hits. I think between the two pitchers, I think each of them hit one batter, maybe about 4 total walks in the game. A very well-played game, and essentially it came down to a couple of defensive miscues by Apollo that Muhlenberg County was able to jump on and secure a 2-0 victory.
And then from start to finish, the game took, about an hour and 35 minutes probably, or something like that?
It was a very fast-moving game. We started it at 5:34. I think we ended it just past maybe at like 7:07. I'm making that final time up, but it wasn't too much after the 7 o'clock hour. So Muhlenberg County waits in the wings for the winner of Breckinridge County and Owensboro Catholic. We're going to step aside for a few commercials, and we'll be back to set the scene. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River. Fighting Tigers and Aces, respectively, are meeting with the officiating crew, the 4-man crew meeting at home plate right now, and we'll set the scene. The Fighting Tigers, the champions of the 11th District, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard this evening, and they will send out Adam Howe to play center field batting first, Camden DeWitt in left field batting second, Brett Hinton, the first baseman, batting third. Connor Willis will be the starting pitcher for the Tigers, batting fourth, Lance Poole in right field batting fifth, Caden Coombs behind the plate batting sixth. Hayden Henry will be playing third base today, batting seventh. Harper Lucas at second base, batting eighth, and batting ninth, Chase Hardesty at shortstop. And Owensboro Catholic will counter with number 25, Jackson White. White comes in with 32 1/3 innings pitched, a 3.46 ERA, 39 hits allowed, 17 runs, 16 of which were earned, 33 strikeouts to 10 walks, and these two have seen each other back in March, as Jackson White started a game in Owensboro. That was a game that Breckinridge County ended up winning by a final score of 6-5. These two also faced off against one another on May the 3rd, and that's a game that Owensboro Catholic walked away with an 8-1 victory. So we're getting our pregame recognition of the starting lineups and the rosters for the two teams. And Mike, what are we looking for? Owensboro Catholic comes in highly ranked. They're 11th in the state at the end of the regular season. What's Breckinridge County got to do in order to stay in this game with the Aces?
Well, I think that this is going to be in contrast to the first game here tonight, where the starting pitchers both went the distance for their respective teams. I think on both sides, for Catholic and for Breckinridge County, this will be more of a team effort as far as pitchers on the mound. I expect that even if the pitchers throw well, that you could see as many as 3 or 4 pitchers for one given team. And then give yourself a chance going into tomorrow, with your pitching. Is that's going to be the question mark for Mueller County tomorrow. Is in my understanding they've thrown their top 2, so can they beat Breckinridge County or Catholic with their number 3 and number 4 pitchers? And so in this setup with this regional tournament, that's what you've got to kind of got to look for. That's the biggest question mark for the coaches, is how do we give ourselves a chance to win this one and still give ourselves a chance tomorrow if we do win this one.
Fighting Tigers will be without starter Tristan Wicker. He went the distance, or not the distance, he went into the 7th inning yesterday, exhausted his pitch limit, so he will not be available for the duration of the 3rd region tournament. For Owensboro Catholic, they are without Ben Highland, who threw enough pitches that I believe he's only on a 2-day rest, so still at this point probably won't be available again for this 3rd region tournament. But as we mentioned, probably see a platoon, anybody that can get through an inning. It's not necessarily, you're not looking for a complete game, you're not looking for a perfect game, you're looking for an out and an out and an out without allowing a run. And so the left-hander on the mound getting his warm-up tosses right now, Jackson White, defensively for the Owensboro Catholic Aces. At shortstop, they will have Houston Flynn. At third base, they'll have Parker Hosted. At second base, it's Mason Moser. At first base, Christopher Burns. The catcher for Owensboro Catholic is Brady Atwell. And in the outfield, left fielder will be Elijah Blair. In center field, it'll be Mitchell Sims. And in right field, Jude Evans.
Another thing to look for here, JK, is Breckinridge County's got to keep this thing close early. This one, you just don't want it to get away from you early, but if you can keep it tight, obviously Catholic's the big favorite coming in, but we did split with them in the 2 game series over the course of the season. But like you said, Catholic's ranked top 20 in the state, but all the pressure is on them. They're expected to win, and so if you can keep it close, and the longer the game goes that's close, then the more pressure goes on Catholic and the looser our boys will be.
Breckinridge County starting off as the visiting team, as Adam Howe will step into the batter's box, and the first pitch from Jackson White is taken for a ball. And we are underway here, a 7:58 start, 2 minutes early. That one just inside as Howe lean that left leg out there maybe try to take a pitch there, but it doesn't clip the knee, and the count evens at 1-1. That one low, and now a 2-1 count.
Left-hander, Catholic.
White with the 2-1 pitch hit to the third base side. Hosted knocks it down, but he's not going to have a play as Adam Howe reaches on a leadoff single. And with nobody out, the Fighting Tigers' best offensive weapon so far, especially over the last month, Camden DeWitt, comes to the plate.
He's had a really good season overall. Just stayed pretty consistent for the Tigers.
355 average after last night's games. Doubled high off the center field wall, just shy of getting one out of here. And a breaking ball is a call strike, as Atwell frames it there on the outside corner.
Be a tough lefty-lefty matchup here for Camden. Got a left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. The advantage is to the pitcher.
Another breaking ball slapped over to the left side and fielded off the netting by the on-deck hitter, Brett Hinton. And quickly behind is Camden DeWitt, 0-2. Howell takes the lead, short lead over there at first as White looks at him. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled off again, this time out of play.
Catholic, a really good ball club. Breckinridge County, the game that they beat Catholic was in the first.
That ball slapped right back up the middle. The second baseman's going to field it and flip over, or excuse me, the shortstop flips over to the second baseman to record an out on Adam Howe. That's a flip from
first baseman, number 25.
Flynn to Moser.
Thinking back at first week, did we play 3 Owensboro teams in a matter of like 4 days or something, if memory serves me
Yeah,
correct?
started off with Owensboro, then hosted Davis County, I think back-to-back, and then maybe maybe Central Hardin in between those, and then finally ended with Owensboro Catholic. It was a schedule to get the game or to get the season started. That's a heck of a schedule, as the first pitch is fouled off there by Brett Hinton to go down 0-1.
Won 2 of the 3 against Owensboro schools and lost the other one in like 10 innings or something, I think. Extra inning ball game.
That ball off the outside corner, a 1-1 count now as the senior Brett Hinton steps back in. And that one comes inside for ball 2.
Of course, school is out for Breckinridge County, and so it's important to get these kids back into as much of a regular routine as possible for this regional tournament. And I think that the guys did a pretty good job of that. I think they got up this morning. Of course, they played last night, played the final game of the day. And so I think they did a pretty good job getting that ball swung on, hit in the hole there in the 5-6 hole.
Flynn with a good play, but Hinton busting it down the line to avoid the double play. A good play there by Flynn to get it over to Moser for the out at second base, but the transfer and the throw to first just not in time. That was a tough play to make, but they do get 1 out on it on the 6-4 put out.
I saw a large group of these players coming out of Drain's restaurant this morning, so they must have maybe coach encouraged them to get up at a certain time or by a certain time and go get breakfast. And then if I know them, like I think I know several of them, they probably came over and got into the indoor facility and took some swings and pretty well had baseball on their mind all day.
Pitch swung on there by number 4, Connor Willis. Willis, the starting pitcher for Breckinridge County tonight. Seen a lot of good defense out of him recently over at the third base hot corner, but they're going to start with him on the mound tonight as that breaking ball is outside.
Yeah, his curveball breaks down, and I think that's why he's getting ground balls.
Fastball hit right back up the middle and just avoids the glove of White as he got it up there in time, but just off to the left of it. Now 2 Tigers on with 2 outs.
Yeah, he's not fooling anybody. Like I said, we hit 3 hard ground balls prior to that line drive, so and one ate up the third baseman, and then the shortstop has successfully fielded the other 2, and then that one was a line drive right back about head high past the pitcher. So he hasn't fooled anybody yet. We're getting good swings on it, but so far had ground balls right at somebody up until now. But now on with 2 on and 2 out, as Brett Hinton is your runner at second, and got a courtesy runner at first. Is that Tristan?
Yeah, Tristan Wicker comes in to run for Connor Willis, and Lance Poole out in front of that one. Took a little bit off of that one.
Looking fastball and got changeup.
Lance roped one into right field last night. 0-1 pitch, another big swing on a pitch away. A little bit more taken off of that one. It went from 76 to 73.
Yeah, this kid's not a hard thrower anyway, but he's taking off.
They're going to set up away here on 0-2, and it comes right back over the outside corner, but doesn't get the call. Atwell had moved a good step out and almost into the left-handed batter's box, and it actually pulled him more over the plate, made it look better. But the home plate umpire didn't get a good view on that one.
Ball's outside.
And a 1-2 pitch.
Speaking of Atwell, is he going to college to play baseball or football? He could do either one.
He can I think the last I heard he was committed for football. I can't remember where. I'd have to look, but I'm sure we'll be reminded here during the break. But 2-2 pitch swung on and chopped out of play here. But just a junior, he'll be back for his senior season next year.
Yeah, he's considered to be one of the top high school quarterbacks in the state, and then he's been on the top of the baseball list for his class for multiple years.
Feel like he's been around for a while. 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball that Pull does not offer at, and it now fills up the count 3-2.
Now the reason that's big is that gives the runners a head start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners are off on the pitch here. Get a head start where if you can get a base hit to the outfield, gives Brett a chance to score.
3-2 pitch swung on and hits it off the fist into the first base dugout, and he'll see another one.
I don't know what the exact pitch count is, JK, but it's got to be up close to 20, I would think.
I was just about to bring that up. A lot of pitches in this at-bat especially. We'll have a full count offering one more time as White comes to the plate and fouled off again. Not making great contact, but making just enough that he stays alive. And as we saw in the last game, it was an at-bat where the batter just kept fighting off, finally hit a solid ball, and putting it in play was enough for Muhlenberg County to take a lead. Fouled off again. I've been notified that it's actually baseball that Atwell has committed to WKU for.
Okay.
But, again, I would anticipate he gets a whole lot more contact over the next couple of months, especially with football season just around the corner. Full count pitch again to Poole, and it's hit to the left side. Hysted, he decides to run Hinton back a few times, and then Hinton's just going to stand near second base, but a good job, a smart play there by Hysted to just go run to third base, steps on the bag, and they get the force out. Tigers get 2 on base, but they are unable to score. We'll be back for the bottom of the first after these messages. Listening to Fighting Tiger Baseball here on 104.3 The River, also a simulcast with Breck Live on YouTube, as Breck Live covering all the third region tournament baseball games here, as one more to go after this one. Tomorrow night's championship game here from Breckinridge County High School, as that game slated to start at 6 o'clock. Muhlenberg County is already in it, and we're waiting for one more as Brett County unable to score there in the top half of the inning. Owensboro Catholic with a opportunity here in the bottom of the inning, as Houston Flynn is going to lead things off. It'll be Flynn, White, and Atwell for the Aces of Owensboro Catholic.
Coombs pitched against Catholic the game that we won, and his curveball is what kept Catholic off balance. That might be the thought process for Coach Bennett here, as Connor's got a really good curveball, and there's the first pitch delivered as a curveball called strike. So we're going to.
That ball hit to third. Henry is going to have his first opportunity, a little bit of a high throw, but Hinton able to field it, and that's one away.
That's going to be big too, JK. We got to make plays. They're going to hit Connor, but the plan is for them not to hit him hard, and as long as we make routine plays, we can stay in this thing. And but we've got to be clean defensively.
In the game that Owensboro Catholic beat Breckinridge County here at Fighting Tiger Field, is that breaking ball just outside. Connor Willis actually did throw in relief. He actually threw 5 innings, only allowing 1 run. It was a nasty night that night. Then Owensboro Catholic jumped out early on the starter, Tristan Wicker, as that breaking ball just misses, apparently. And it's a 2-0 count now.
Look good to me.
So now 2-0 to the opposing pitcher, Jackson White, and he slaps that one towards the right side.
There's Connor's fastball coming in at 74, and that's not going to get past anybody. So that's the reason why those curveballs that are painted on that outside corner have got to be called strike by the home plate umpire.
2-1 pitch, and that's a fastball hit towards Lucas at second base. He's up with it, and 2 away on the 4-3 putout.
Yeah, it's so far so good. Just right. What Coach Bennett wants is to get ground balls, and we got to play clean defensively. So far so good.
Now entering into the muscle of the Catholic lineup as Atwell and Sims back-to-back. Atwell in the right-handed batter's box takes that bouncer in there for ball 1.
You don't see kids put together quite like Atwell very often in high school baseball.
No.
He is an absolute physical specimen.
1-0 count, a breaking ball that he goes a little bit too far on and evens the count at 1-1. There was a fly ball that he hit yesterday against Edmonson County. Looked like it was going to be a routine single, fell in front of the left fielder, and that ball hit high and deep into left field, but Camden DeWitt seems to have a bead on it. Comes underneath it and squeezes it for the 3rd out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Aces. We'll head to the 2nd inning. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and streaming live on Breck Live. Second, as Caden Coombs, Hayden Henry, and Harper Lucas will be the scheduled hitters for Breckinridge County. Collected 2 hits in the top of the 1st, but they were unable to score anybody as that breaking ball drops in there for a call strike.
That's the old knee buckler there, JK.
He throws him another one, and this one's dribbled towards second base. Moser up with it, and the throw to Burns is in time.
That first one, sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
That first one literally started at his shoulder and broke across the plate, and Coombs, like I said, his knees just kind of buckled. He thought he was going to take that one in the shoulder blade, and it cut across, but he done a real good job there. That second one, like you said, was very similar. He stayed in there and put good contact on it, but just right at the second baseman.
Breaking ball drops in on the outside corner for a call strike to Hayden Henry. Henry, last night, the designated hitter for the Tigers. And now out in the field is that one's a lazy pop fly into center field, but it's going to have a chance of getting down. And the second base umpire calls it down. And Hayden Henry doesn't hit it hard, but hits it just in a gap that Mitchell Sims was unable to get to.
Harper Lucas.
Well, you know, umpires take a lot of heat sometimes, but it's a good job by that second base umpire. He got on his horse and got out there and had a real good view at it. So credit him for a job well done. He was right on top of that. And again, we were talked off the air, John, that I didn't think that Camden got a real good jump on that last ball that was hit in the bottom half of the first inning. His route was somewhat awkward.
That ball bunted at by Harper Lucas and goes well foul.
Not sure why the first baseman didn't try to catch that.
Just kind of paused as if it thought it was out of his range, and Lucas will get another chance here.
But that center fielder for Okath, he didn't get a good jump on that ball either.
Shows bunt, pulls it back, and swings through the curveball there at 66 miles an hour, and an 0-2 count to the freshman second baseman, Harper Lucas.
I don't know if the Okath first baseman is just small or if he just looks small next to the 6'6" Henry.
That ball lifted into right field. It's going to fall. Henry is going to move up a base, and the Tigers again with 2 on and 1 out, and Chase Hardesty will come to the plate. Hardesty was designated hit for in the last game against Ohio County last night. Made some tremendous defensive plays.
I think he's bunting here.
I believe you're right. They want to do anything they can to get 2 runners in scoring position for the top of the order. And Hardesty hasn't had a whole lot of at-bats this season.
He's really got a square right now. It doesn't matter. Square right now. Let everybody in the park know that you're bunting and get this thing down.
First pitch is bunted at and missed. Atwell came up like he was going to throw down to second base, and Henry gets back a little bit quicker than he thought he was going to have to.
Let's get back in there and square just as soon as you get in the box. It doesn't matter that they know you're going to bunt. As long as you put it down one way or the other, to first or third, not right back to the pitcher, but just get the ball down on the turf.
Shows bunt, stabs at it. The throw does go down to second base this time. Skips to the shortstop. No tag applied, but
he called I think that was a strike. So.
Yep, he offered it that one. And now an 0-2 count to the 9-hitter Chase Hardesty. We'll see if they keep the bunt on. Last night they did in one situation. And Tiger batter ended up striking out on a foul tip. 0-2 pitch. No bunt that time, and he fouls it straight back into the catcher. 2 hits here in the inning. A little flare into short center field off the bat of Henry. And a lofter over the second baseman's head into right field by Lucas. The 0-2 pitch. And a 1-2 count now as that one misses wide. White looks in for his sign, and the left-hander steadies, and the pitch. A breaking ball that doesn't break and evens the count now at 2-2. Big at bat here for the Tigers as they have a runner in scoring position for the second time in this game, and a fastball on the inside corner, just off the inside corner, and now the count runs full. That one right over the white painted line there of the right-handed batter's box.
You got to gear up for this fastball. Be sitting dead green for this fastball right here.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, goes right through it, and Hardesty is retired on strikes.
I believe that was the fastest fastball he's thrown.
I think that one hit 80.
It did hit 80. That's the first time he's hit 80 this game. So he reared back and put a little extra on that one.
Adam Howe hit a chopper at third baseman his first time up. Ended up getting a single out of that. And a first pitch swung on and lifted into the air. The left fielder doesn't see the ball, now adjusting, and it's down. 1 run is going to score.
It's down the bag there.
And Adam Howe standing at second base, and the Tigers take a 1-run lead. Well, that ball hit high into the sky. The left fielder did not see the ball at all. Blair was looking around it drops in between, and the Tigers lead 1-0.
That's a terrible feeling when you're standing out there and you know the ball's hitting directly to you because everybody's looking at you, and you're like, I don't see the ball. I feel sorry for the kid, to be quite honest, because, I mean, all eyes are on you, and you have no idea where the baseball is.
Henry scores from second base. Lucas moves up to third base on that from first to third. And Hal credited with a double on that as DeWitt swings through the breaking ball for strike one.
Our inability to get that bunt down, though, cost us a run right there.
It would have had two in scoring position. It would have
been going on the play because 2 outs.
So now 1 strike. And DeWitt starts the swing, but they're going to say that he didn't go far enough, and it evens the count at 1-1.
If we can get a hit right here, you may see a pitching change.
Catholic was quick to change pitchers in the last game with Edmonson County. Of course, they had a big lead, so they were kind of mixing pitchers around. But DeWitt looking to do some damage as that ball is lifted into left field, and that's going to be trouble.
That one. He
Blair drifts back, and it's down.
He didn't see that one either, I guess.
DeWitt with a 2-run double, and the Tigers now with a 3-run lead. There is not a cloud in the sky right now. The sun has set. It's a high sky, and Blair on back-to-back balls has not been able to see it, and the Tigers are taking advantage here.
You know, credit Camden. We said he took a bad route. He made the play.
Maybe he took the route where he could see the ball. It is.
There's something going on out in left field. I mean, and exactly what we call. Look what's getting ready to happen right here, JK.
Yeah, they are sending.
Sprinting to the bullpen.
Let's see, trying to pull up.
Number 8 maybe, or is it 6 or 8?
Number 8 would be Lane Hundley, and that is who threw the complete game against the Tigers here in their last contest. So Hundley heading down to the bullpen to get ready, and White looking for an out here as the Tigers still with a runner in scoring position, and Brett Hinton takes one on the outside corner, a fastball for a called strike.
You can't fault the pitcher. I mean, they scored all the runs on 2 lazy fly balls to left field.
And a blooper to center field, got the first runner on. Lucas with a pretty good hit as that ball is hit high into center field.
Center fielder.
Shortstop was pointing it out to Sims, and Sims is going to squeeze this one, and the side is retired. But the Fighting Tigers put 3 on the board, credited with, I'm going to say the sky helping them out with 2 of those plays. They'll take a 3-run lead to the bottom of the second. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live on YouTube. Of bloops, and the high sky helping them out in the last couple of bats, and they have a 3-run lead heading to the bottom of the second inning as the first pitch, a breaking ball from Willis, stays outside to number 2, Mitchell Sims. The center fielder cleared the right center field fence in yesterday's game against Edmonson County, and that went off the end of the bat.
It's going to be a tough play.
Hardesty scoops it up, not able to make the play on that one. Even a good throw there, I don't think gets Sims, as it wasn't hit very hard. And Catholic with their first runner of the game.
That looked like a pull shot or something off a cue ball. It
looked like he was trying to put it in the side pocket there.
Yeah, it was, had a lot of awkward spin on it for sure.
But as we saw there in the top half of the inning, you want to keep the ball on the ground. If you having it in the air may be a little more dangerous, as that ball is flipped over to first base to check on the runner. Burns showing bunt, yeah.
Now they'll try to go first to third on a bunt if we don't play this correctly. I got to get rotation going here. I mean, if the third baseman's going to charge, shortstop's got to go to third base bag.
Lucas is moving over, and they pull the bunt back. A little nubber over towards the first base side, but it's going to roll foul as Coombs picks it up on the right implement sign there on the first base side. They were.
This is a first baseman. He's about the same height as Coombs.
Yeah, a little bit. You normally see a first baseman that's a bigger target, but you can an athletic smaller first baseman can sometimes work out for you. As Burns with 1 strike against him, a little bit harder of a throw over there to check on the runner Sims. Defensively on that last one, Henry was crashing from third base. Lucas actually went from second to first to cover that bag well before the pitch was even thrown. I think that's why Burns may have pulled back. The throw down to first is just in time for Sims to get back. Last night had a similar play where Coombs had a snap throw down to first base, and Brett just wasn't quite able to get the tag on. Similar play right there.
I like to see that throw on the other side of the bag last night and tonight. It was both.
Ball bunted, and it's going to be fielded by Coombs. The throw to first is going to be in time as Burns is retired on the sacrifice bunt. Sims moves up 90 feet to second base, and 1 away now in the second inning.
Now batting the DH number 5, Barrett Evans.
2-4 on that put out as it went from Coombs to Lucas. And a good job there by Caden Coombs to get out of the catching position and get up and fire that one. He was the only one that was going to be able to make that play as Barrett Evans, the designated hitter, steps up. Started last night's game for Owensboro Catholic as the pitcher. Came out after 2 innings. Still has, they have the ability to go back to him if needed, as he threw less than 25 pitches. A little bit of a meeting between the minds as Connor Willis and Caden Coombs get together. Caden, as we've mentioned before, really took up the catching duties for the Tigers late in the season, about the time that these two teams played the last time. So he hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to catch guys like Connor as that ball misses low.
Connor's really slowed down once that runner got to second base. He's really deliberate at this point.
Back with the ball in hand, he looks in for the sign, looks back at the runner, and the 1-0 pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a call strike. One count now as Connor Willis looks in, gets his sign. Sims with a healthy lead there at second base. And a breaking ball swung through and missed, as had about 10 miles an hour change on from the fastball to the breaking ball there, as that one came in at 67. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Going outside again, Coombs setting up outside.
Pitch swung on and fouled off towards the first base dugout.
Based off of where Coombs was set up and where that pitch was delivered, he missed his spot.
Good crowd over here on the Breckinridge County side. See some powder blue hats over there on the Owensboro Catholic side as they are staying at least for a little while to see how this game is going. They're interested in who they're going to play tomorrow as that ball is lifted into right field.
I don't think he sees it.
Lance Poole is not going to have a play on that one. It rolls to the wall. Sims is going to score from second base, and Owensboro Catholic has put a run on the board and now trail 3-1. A double off the bat of Barrett Evans, and Lance Poole hasn't played a whole lot of right field for the Tigers, and I'm not sure even if they have their regular right fielder Leland Board out there that he has a chance to catch that ball either.
That ball, I think it took a hop or two maybe and hit the fence. That ball was hit hard.
We are no wind to speak of here in the second game. We had a little bit of a wind left to right in the first game, but
where'd that miss?
First pitch misses outside to Parker Highstand, the third baseman. Willis back with the ball and the 1-0 offering. Swung on and hit back up the middle. Hardesty fields it at short. The throw across is in time as it's dug out by Brett Hinton. Stretched all the way out to get that one before it hits the carpet. And 2 away now as Evans does move up to third base on the 6-3 putout. Mason Moser now the 8 hitter in the order for Owensboro Catholic. Moser with a double and a walk yesterday against Edmonson County. And he takes a first pitch. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Runner standing at third is the designated hitter Barrett Evans. He had an RBI double.
I don't think the strike zone is quite as pitcher friendly this game as it was last game.
No, in the first game it was corner to corner and maybe a little then. It was called both ways, but this one a little bit tighter as that ball is lifted to the left side. It's got a chance of getting down, and it is just inside the fair line. And an RBI single off the bat of Mason Moser makes it a 3-2 game. Couldn't have thrown that lawn dart out there any better. No chance of a Tiger catching that one, and an RBI single has the Aces within a run now.
Yeah, Camden did everything he could do. I mean, it just wasn't hit high enough for him to cover that much ground.
And now to the bottom of the order, Elijah Blair, but this is an order that even when you get to the bottom of it, you still got to fight, as the right-handed Blair comes in with a 372 average. And that's ball one.
And you know he wants to tie this thing up some way, somehow, or run into one and put his team on top, as he has struggled defensively in left field.
1-0 pitch as Willis comes set. And that misses away for ball two.
Had the one ball hit really hard to right field, but other than that, hasn't been, it's not like that they're just teeing off on Connor.
2-0 pitch. Misses low, and Tigers are going to send somebody down to the bullpen now.
Spence.
Yeah, that's Noah Spence headed down there. Came into last night's game to nail it down for the Tigers.
You got to go right after him here, Connor. If he hits your fastball, so be it. I think you got to go right at him, number 9 hitter in the lineup.
3-0 pitch is taken for a call, strike.
Throw it again. We don't want to turn that lineup over.
2 outs, runner at first. And like you said, things have slowed to a crawl pace-wise once Catholic got a runner on base, and they've had a runner on base pretty much the entire inning as a throw over to check on Moser.
Well, he's asking for Coombs to reset the signs. You got to go fastball here, don't you?
I would think you'd want to challenge him here. And he throws the fastball, but it's high in the zone. And Jeremy Bennett is going to take a walk out to the mound and check on his right-hander as they'll go back to the top of the order. And like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, this was not a start where you look for Connor to go 6, 7 innings, even 5 innings. You're looking for him to give you 2, 3, maybe at the most effective innings. The first inning was great, 3 up, 3 down. But here in the bottom of the second, he's run into some issues. A double over the head of Lance Poole out there in right field scored the first run. A single off the bat of Mason Moser that was dropped just inside the third base line scored the second run. And now with a runner at second and first, they go back to the top of the order. Flynn grounded out to third base his first time up.
Yeah, I think if you could get Connor through 3 some way, somehow with us in the lead, you'd take it every time. I think that would be what Coach Jeremy would just wish for there. 3 good innings of work from Connor with us up, and then you turn it over to Spence. Now he just hollered down at the bullpen and told Spence, get loose quick.
Yeah,
they're sending they're sending a coach down there to make sure the message was delivered.
Breaking ball for a call strike. Big at bat here early in the game. The Tigers put 3 on the board in the top half of the inning, and Owensboro Catholic with 2 on it thus far, but with 2 runners on base, 2 outs. Houston Flynn with a chance to do something here as a time is called.
Yes. We just talked earlier about the first game, about an hour and 35 minutes from start to finish, and an hour and 35 minutes get us through about 3 innings the way this one's going.
1-0 pitch hit to center field.
I
Hal,
don't see it.
right in his tracks, is going to squeeze it. He initially didn't move, but it was because he saw it and knew it was right at him, and the side is retired. Catholic puts 2 on the board with 3 hits after 2 complete. Breckinridge County 3, Owensboro Catholic 2. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live.
Tigers, the pitcher number 4.
Jackson White stays out for his 3rd inning of work, and Connor Willis will lead things off for the Tigers. Willis with a single in his first at bat. Breckinridge County with a 3-2 lead here as we enter the 3rd inning. And the first pitch to Willis is fouled straight back for strike 1.
He's seeing it well, isn't he? He's right on that.
Right on that one again. Singled straight back up the middle the first time. And the pitch from White is swung on, just got a piece of it, but now down in the count 0-2. Willis leading things off. Lance Poole and Caden Coombs to follow here in the top of the third for the Tigers. 0-2 pitch goes outside, but doesn't get it to break over the outside corner, and a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch foul back over our head here. Third Region Baseball Tournament hosted by Breckinridge County High School for the first time in program history. So far been a very successful one as that ball is lifted high into the sky into center field. Sims initially went back on it, but he breaks in quickly and squeezes it for the first out of the inning.
Now batting in right field is number 20.
First time we've held it at this facility. I believe, didn't we host it at least once before out at the community park?
We've never had the facilities to be able to host it, as I've always heard the lighting at the old field, which was not very good.
Okay.
As speaking of, that pitch called a strike on the left-handed batter's box. So if it was ever hosted in Breckinridge County, it was...
Well, that's where I thought that I remembered it being, was out at the community park several years back, but might have dreamt that.
Now softball may have, but I know baseball has not, as a 3-pitch strikeout of Lance Poole is the second out of the inning. Caden Coombs, the left-handed batting catcher, comes to the plate. 0 for 1 as he grounded out to second base his first time up. And White looks more comfortable in this inning than he did the previous one, as that one cued down the third base line, but just to the left side of it for a foul ball. That was a double out of the box if it's just a little bit to the right. Coombs back into the batter's box as he awaits the 0-1 pitch, and that one inside for ball 1 to even the count. Laced an RBI single into left field last night against Ohio County, and that ball lifted into left field, and it's going to fall in front of Blair for a 2-out single. And that time Blair did not have a chance to make a play on it.
He saw that one much better. He did break hard on that. But it almost, bless his heart, he came charging so quickly and it hit the ground and almost skipped past him. He actually fielded that ball with his bare hand. If that one had got past him, he's probably going to say, it doesn't matter what I do. It's just not my day.
Draven Scott moves on to first base to run for Caden Coombs, as Hayden Henry now at the plate, 1 for 1. Dropped one into short center field his first time up, and that started the Tiger rally in the second inning. 1-0 pitch swung on and lifted to the right side.
That one stays fair, it's true.
And it's going to get well foul. 1-1 count now as the foul ball lands over near the fence there on the Owensboro Catholic side. 1-1 offering slap to the left side this time, but well foul. Breckinridge County advanced by beating Ohio County last night, 5-1. Owensboro Catholic advanced to this point by beating Edmonson County, 12-0. 1-2 pitch is low in the turf there, and they count now at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runner stands at first, and the offering is an excuse me swing that is going to be picked up in foul territory, and we'll try it again. I'm not sure if that would have been called a strike. I'm not sure where it actually ended up, but enough of a swing that Henry was able to put it in play to the right-hand side. And now time called as Draven Scott ties his shoe up. Now with his shoe tied tight, the 2-2 pitch is swung on and lifted into left center field.
That ball's hit hard.
It is off the wall. Draven Scott is going to round third, and he's headed home, and the Tigers now with a 4-2 lead. That ball just about 5 feet from getting out of here, and a 2-out double off the bat of Hayden Henry gives Breckinridge County a 2-run lead now. Just about got another one, did the Tigers. Scott off on the swing, able to score easily.
It's the first time in 2 days there hadn't been any wind blowing out. We just needed a puff, and that ball was out of here.
And, yeah, the flag is you can't see hardly – you can't even see the stripes on it right now. That's how little the wind is blowing right now. But you take what you can get at this point, and through almost 3 innings, the Tigers have been able to collect 8 hits and 4 runs, and Harper Lucas, 1 for 1, steps to the plate. Lifted one into short right center field for a hit his last time up. The hurler out there in the Owensboro Catholic bullpen, I would think, is ready to go when called upon. Again,
another lefty.
I think that's Lane Hundley. He's about 325 feet from where we are, so it's hard to tell the number, but I think it's an 8. Ball swung on and fouled off, and the count now 2-1 to the second baseman, Harper Lucas.
Yeah, that last ball was hit to dead center field. If it had been either one of the gaps or certainly down the lines, it would have been gone by plenty.
Moser sneaks in behind Henry there at second base, but back to his position as the 2-1 pitch is thrown out of the zone, and now 3-1 as Harper Lucas with a good eye there. The 8-hitter for the Tigers swinging at the 3-1 pitch and fouls it into the netting, and the ball falling near the on-deck hitter Chase Hardesty. And the count now full. Catholic looking to get out of the inning. The Tigers looking to add to it as the 3-2 pitch is a call, strike 3, as White is able to dot the outside corner with that fastball, and the side is retired. But the Tigers get one back, and they'll have a 4-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. Two, 3, 4 for Owensboro Catholic as a first pitch swinging. There is Jackson White. He grounds it over to third base, or excuse me, first base. Hinton up with it, steps on first base, and there's the first out.
It's kind of an odd play.
Yeah.
It was like it was in slow motion. Like Brett fielded it, and then he just stood there. And I don't know if he thought it was fouled off the foot or what. I'm like, go over there and tag the base.
So
he finally did.
One pitch, one out. as Connor Willis out for his third inning of work, and a pitch down and away to the catcher Brady Atwell. Atwell flew out to left field his last time up.
That's how you want Atwell to come to bat, and that's with nobody on base.
Goes outside corner again and just misses. Coombs set up a little bit further out than a traditional place where you'd have your catcher set up. And that ball ripped into left field. DeWitt sees it and squeezes it for the second out. He tomahawked that one into left field. It sounded good off the bat, but it just sunk right into the glove of Camden DeWitt.
That almost looked like a slow pitch softball swing right there. Cause it was a slow curveball, and it was like he just waited for it to make its last ascension. And when it did, like you said, he put a swing on it that would have cleared a lot of fences. But like you said, that Camden, he picked that one up off the bat. I mean, he really played that one well.
It could have just been like a half inning deal where
nice pitch, atta boy.
2 curveballs on the outside corner from Connor Willis, and he's ahead 0-2.
Now don't make a mistake here.
Sims singled his last time up and ended up coming around to score the first run for Catholic. And he goes up in the zone.
Is that ball that he hit yesterday, has it landed yet?
It cleared the Tiger baseball logo in right center field, and it's planted somewhere in a field far, far from here as that ball is ripped foul. But we kept making note yesterday as the Catholic Edmonson County game kept going that the wind was blowing that way, and he got one right in a sweet spot and drove it out of here. 1-2 pitch to Sims is just on the outside corner. That was a very similar pitch to what Harper Lucas was rung up on in the top half of the inning. But
stay away from
now a 2-2 pitch.
He got under.
Comes in on the curveball, popped high into the air. Adam Howell points, squeezes, and that is the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Owensboro Catholic in the bottom of the third. Fighting Tigers with a 4-2 lead. We'll head to the fourth after these messages. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. New arm for Owensboro Catholic as they will bring on the left-hander Lane Hundley, a 1.30 ERA for the lefty, 32 1/3 innings pitched, as his first pitch here to Chase Hardesty is lifted high into center field. Mitchell Sims has this one measured, and a 1-pitch 1-out to start this fourth inning. To complete the line there on Hundley, again 32 1/3 innings, 26 hits allowed, 8 runs, only 6 earned, and 28 strikeouts to 10 walks. So about a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
This is a third different left-handed pitcher we've seen from Catholic in the last 2 days.
And that ball hammered right back up the middle and gets by diving Flynn. And a 1-out single off the bat of Adam Howe, his third hit of the game.
Now batting the left fielder, number 9, Camden DeWitt.
If you're ever looking for a left-handed pitcher, it's probably somebody wearing green, because we have seen.
Well, they've got a pretty good one down in Muhlenberg County.
Well, that is true. Won't see him again in this tournament, as Peyton Carey threw a complete game shutout. I want to say it was a one-hitter. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah,
I would agree with that.
A one-hitter to pitch Muhlenberg County into the championship game, and it looks like those folks in the powder blue hats have started to make their way back towards Muhlenberg County. A couple of them left, probably the coaches, but
when you got a left-handed pitcher and a catcher like Atwell, I'd say the running game for opponents are next to none.
That 2-0 pitch is taken, I want to say high. I would have maybe called it a strike, but it wasn't called a strike the last half inning, so.
I think they're pitching around DeWitt here.
3-0 pitch. That one is, I don't know, up maybe. Okay, 4-pitch walk to DeWitt puts runners at first and second with 1 out, and Brett Hinton has put the bat on the ball twice, but unsuccessful. Once a fielder's choice, and another time a fly out to center field. Hundley pitched earlier this season against Breckinridge County through a complete game, a one-hitter, as that's a curveball that drops in there for a call strike. Ended up giving up 1 run in that game. It was a run that was scored, I think, in the last inning.
Brett's going to have to hit a curveball here. They're not going to give him a fat fastball.
0-2 there. Goes with the fastball, but spikes it.
Yeah, they're not going to get anything to where he can extend his arms here. That first pitch was a curveball after he had just walked DeWitt. He went first pitch curveball, and it was a beauty across the plate. Well, Brett's got to be ready for that, and just keep your hands back, let it break, pick up the spin, and do like Atwell did. Curl and chop it. Oh, he got under it.
1-1 pitch popped up on the infield. It's going to be infield fly, as it is called. The catch in this case doesn't matter, as Hinton is retired on the infield fly rule. And now with 2 outs, Connor Willis will come to the plate.
He hit it a ton, but it was straight up in the air.
I believe the Tigers had an infield fly rule last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, and when we were playing defense and we didn't catch it, so we got to force play at second base.
Howell off on the pitch, and he's going to steal third base, as the pitcher was not paying any attention to him back there, and he just straight steals the bag, and now runners on the corner with 2 out.
Yeah, that was not a called double steal. That was Adam going on his own.
And again, it gives the Tigers some options as to if they want to try to put a play on here. 1 ball is the count to Connor Willis. Breaking ball hit to the left side. Going to be fielded by High Stand. The throw across is in time, and the Tigers are retired. They leave 2 on base, unable to score any, but they'll take a 4-2 lead into the bottom half of the inning. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. field as the Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers with a 4-2 lead over the Owensboro Catholic Aces. And the Aces hit here in the bottom half of the inning. They'll send Burns, Evans, and Highstand to the plate. First pitch, breaking ball out of the zone. And Connor Willis into his 4th inning of work. 1-0 breaking ball catches the zone and evens the count at 1-1. And outside of that hiccup in the 2nd inning, you couldn't ask for much more from Connor Willis if you're the Fighting Tigers.
This is just icing on the cake. Where did that miss?
That's been the question that has been long asked in this ball game. A lot of these borderline pitches on both sides questionable, and that's a breaking ball that gets through the mitt of Caden Coombs and goes to the backstop, but a 3-1 count now.
Yeah, I mean, anything beyond this out of Connor is...
Ball hit hard at third, and Henry is going to take it off the knee. Good job there by Chase Hardesty to go over and back the play up and limit it to a single. But that was a ball that had Henry on his backpedaling there, caught him on the left knee, and Christopher Burns with a leadoff single.
Pinch runner.
So number 15, Tucker Evans, is the pinch runner here.
Pinch running to the Aces, number 15, Tucker Evans.
Now this is the kid that hit the ball to the fence in right field.
Yes, right? Barrett Evans, the designated hitter, lifted one high into right field his last time up. Shows bunt.
Kid that just hit one off the fence last time's not bunting when you're down 4-2 in the 4th inning, I wouldn't think.
A lot of outs still to work with if you're Owensboro Catholic, so I would think that this is just one of those where he's going to show bunt, maybe give the runner a chance to steal a base.
There he goes.
As he is off and running, and that ball lifted high into left field. DeWitt seems to have a beat on it, and he does. He squeezes it, and 1 out as Barrett Evans. I'm not sure if he was given a take sign there, but he saw a pitch that he did not want to take. He wanted to put a good rip on that one, hits it far, but it's out number 1.
I'm not sure. If I'm Breckinridge right here, I'm not sure I don't pitch out first pitch right here. They were running first pitch right there. I'd pitch out and give Coombs an opportunity to get up out of that stance and get on his feet and be ready to make a throw to second base. He threw out a base runner yesterday.
He is set up outside of the zone here. First pitch breaking ball comes in high for ball 1. Not off and running on at least the first pitch there, and I would say that they probably put it back on here with a 1-0 count. It looked like the signs were given a little bit more demonstratively over there at third base.
He's leaning.
Yeah, he's off. The pitch, a swing and a miss. The throw down is a good one, but it's not able to be corralled there by the shortstop, Chase Hardesty. Evans gets in there, and Coach Bennett comes out to check and make sure, I think that it was called a strike, and it was. We got a 1-1 count, but Tucker Evans moves up into scoring position on the stolen base.
I think the ball beat the runner there. Free catch and tag.
It looked like a little hesitation as Evans was moving there, but a good throw, but just kind of died as it got to the bag, and that's a breaking ball that's got to get called for a strike, but it's not. Whew. Ay, ay, ay. But, and Jeremy Bennett, I think, sees a little bit of that frustration on the face of his pitcher, Connor Willis, and he's going to come have a little chat with him. Noah Spence not down in the bullpen right now. I would assume that he is good to go whenever the call needs to be made. But right now, Connor's made some good pitches in this inning. It's just getting squeezed, it feels like, in a couple of situations.
Yeah, the umpire is saying that pitch is up. That pitch is not up. I mean, if you and I are upstairs looking down on it, we have to say, okay, well, he's got a better view than we do. But we're sitting directly behind him. I mean, directly behind him. We're seeing the exact same pitch he's seeing. And press row here is saying he's swallowed a whistle a couple times.
And I have a feeling that was more of a meeting so that Jeremy could air some grievances there with home plate umpire. He made the home plate umpire come up and break that up. And as they walked off, there was a few words exchanged. I'm sure they're still going to send each other Christmas cards and whatnot, but he is not happy about the strike zone right now. 2-1 pitch as Willis steps off the back of the rubber there. Evans not dancing too far off the bag, but enough that it's catching his attention. A fastball called for a strike, and I delayed my call on that because I wasn't sure if he was going to put the 2 fingers up on it. Key pitch here as Parker Highstand gets back into the box, the right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher. And Willis with the delivery. Breaking ball.
Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness.
High for ball 3.
Oh, my goodness.
So the full count pitch here. As the Catholic dugout starts.
Connor's going to make him call time. He's just going to stand there and wait it out.
He has been pretty calm, cool, and collected so far in this game. And a 3-2 pitch popped up on the infield. A tough play as Henry goes a little too far, and it's going to bounce foul. Henry overran that ball, and Willis was unable to get over there to try to make a play, and there'll be another chance here for Highstand as Willis makes a good pitch, maybe gets a chance to get that second out, and now he's going to have to make another good pitch. And this is a situation where if you're the right-hander, Connor Willis, you just got to buckle down and do it. You forget about what just happened.
I had him struck out, and then we had him popped out.
And that ball hit back to second base.
Hopefully now we got him grounded.
Lucas from his knees makes the throw, gets the out. The runner does move up to third base, and a 4-3 putout. Gets the second out of the inning.
Mason Moser.
So Breckinridge County clinging to this 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Find a way to keep this runner from third base from scoring.
Mason Moser with a single his last time up drove home a run. Quickly behind a strike in this at bat, and a breaking ball inside for ball 1. 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and goes inside again and misses. And now the count in Moser's advantage, 2-1.
It's easy to say, well, we got that kid out 3 times with the strikeout, the pop out, and the ground out. But if you get the strikeout or the pop out, the runner doesn't advance to third base. So we did actually still come out in the hole there.
A breaking ball called for a strike.
If Connor can work around this and tip the cap to the kid. Like you said, he's been squeezed this half inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Willis steps off the back and wants to talk to Caden Coombs again. again, Caden just taking over behind home plate late in the season. It was probably May the 4th, actually. I don't think he caught the game against Owensboro Catholic on May the 3rd. I think May the 4th he took over in a road game against Taylor County, of all people, against Taylor County, a team that was ranked in the top 10 at the time. I think they still are. But he has done an admirable job after Brody Butler broke his hand. And a 2-2 pitch is sliced over to the left side, and it's going to be foul, and we'll try it again. But his familiarity with the pitching staff, he's seen Tristan Wicker quite a bit. But other than that, he's kind of having to learn on the go, and a smart kid like Caden has done a good job for the Tigers.
Very good.
2-2 pitch from the right-hander Willis is a breaking ball on the call. Strike 3, catches the outside corner, and a runner is stranded at third base. We've completed 4 innings of play. Breckinridge County 4, Owensboro Catholic 2. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Brick Live. Lance Poole leads things off for the Fighting Tigers here in the top of the 5th, a 4-2 game as the first pitch misses wide for ball 1. Lane Hundley, the lefty on the mound for Owensboro Catholic now in his second inning of work, and throws the fastball on the outside corner for a call strike. I'm not sure if the meeting that Jeremy Bennett had with the home plate umpire had any good, but it does seem like that outside pitch has been called a little more, at least in a small subset here.
Yeah, great job by Connor there to work out of that.
2 balls, 1 strike to the right fielder for the Fighting Tigers, and that's a breaking ball that doesn't break into the zone. 3-1 to Lance Poole. Poole 0 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice to end the first inning and struck out in the third. Pitch swung on and fouled into the netting, and the count runs full. Full service here from the hospitality of the administration as swing and a miss. Athletic Director Patrick Kirchlow coming through with some refreshments for us as 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Worked that count full, and credit the hurler for OCAF. He had enough confidence in that curveball. He threw that 3-2 curveball and got a swing and a miss.
Caden Coombs steps up, shows bunt, tries to lay it down, and it's fielded by Atwell, and he throws to first, but it is called foul, and I think it actually may have been to his detriment that he fielded it the way he did. It was bunted, it bounced into the air, and I think it was in foul territory when he grabbed it. If he'd have just let it bounce, it may have gone fair, and Caden has done a lot of good things, but he's not necessarily the speediest guy on the team. Probably still would have had a chance to throw him out, especially with Atwell's plus arm. But
yeah, maybe that was why he was bunting. He didn't think anybody in the park expected it.
he takes the bunt off here, and that's a ball down and away. Coombs with a single the last time. His courtesy runner, Draven Scott, ended up coming around to score on a Hayden Henry double that bounced off the center field wall. And Atwell talking to his left-handed pitcher, and they get things squared away. I mean, I'm not sure that Jason from the Friday the 13th movies looks much more scarier than Mr. Atwell running at you in full catcher's gear right there. Breaking ball hit to the left side.
Yeah, I sure wouldn't want to meet him with just me and him in a back alley.
And the way that you guys used to have plays at the plate, he's not a guy that you'd want to even try to run over. He's built different. 1-2 pitch on the outside corner, call, strike, and Coombs is retired.
Got a fastball there. He wasn't expecting that.
So back-to-back strikeouts to begin the fifth inning, and Hayden Henry 2 for 2 on the game. A single ended up coming around to score in the second inning, and a double off the fence in center field his last time up. A ball that just kept traveling. And a breaking ball on the outside corner for a call strike.
You know, that home plate umpire will give you that breaking ball that's down at the shins, but he won't give it to the one that's at the middle of your chest.
That ball cued over towards the first base side. And Larry Schartzer fields that one cleanly. But an 0-2 count to Hayden Henry, the third baseman. Hundley gets his sign, and the left-hander comes to the plate. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes out the side to retire the Tigers in the top of the third. Nothing happening for Breckinridge County. Owensboro Catholic comes to hit in the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Fighting Tiger Baseball on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. Connor Willis back out for the fifth inning, and a first pitch call strike at the bottom of the zone there to the nine-hitter Elijah Blair. Blair, Flynn, and White. Actually, that probably won't be White. That'll be the new pitcher, Hundley.
Pitch was outside, but he hit a spot. It was called outside. He threw it outside, so that's good to see. Here in the fifth inning, he's still hitting the spots.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball hit to third base. Henry goes down to a knee, fields it. The throw across is in time, and one away on the 5-3 putout.
All right, here we go, John. We got to go back through the lineup one more time. a minimum of one more time.
Flynn, this will be his third at bat. He's flown out and grounded out in his 2 at bats. I was going back through looking to see when the last time Connor hasn't pitched in 15 days. The last time he pitched was against Grayson County back on the 13th of May. So to make it into 5 innings, I think, is beyond what anybody had expected. That breaking ball, he's saying it's I think he's seeing it at its highest point before it gets to the plate. He's not seeing it when it gets to the plate, but he's calling that one consistently high for ball 1. Fastball on the outside corner, again, hit the spot, but the spot is outside, and it's going to be ball 2.
We're going to have to throw that curveball at the shins. Maybe try to get ground balls out of it. Maybe we'll get the call down because we're not getting it at the belly button.
2-1 pitch is a fastball that it was a belt-high fastball right down the middle, called for ball 3. And it's one thing to call a breaking ball like that, but that was a straight pitch right about belt high. And if I'm Owensboro Catholic, I'm not swinging. Shows the bunt and pitched right in the same spot, called for a strike.
Old Cath is too good to give them free bases.
3-1 pitch to the leadoff hitter Flynn, swung on and hit into center field.
It's tailing.
Howell is going to track it and squeeze it for the second out of the inning.
From our vantage point, John, you can see that ball kind of look like my drive off the golf tee box. It just kind of, you can just see it kind of headed right.
Yes.
Most of the time on number 1 at Breckinridge County Community Center. Mine heads right, right into those trees. And that's exactly what that ball did off the bat. But Adam, good job of playing that.
Usually one that you're asking for a new ball to go ahead and put another one out there, as that one's fouled off by the lefty. And this is actually Jackson White hitting. We didn't get the official change that happened in the lineup. We know that Hundley came in to pitch, but we didn't see who he came in for just yet. He's got to be in the batting order somewhere, as that one comes in high.
JK, I don't know if you saw it. You're doing so many things at once. So we do have a defensive substitution in right field for Breckinridge County.
Is that Leland Board out there?
Yes.
Yeah. Leland came in at the end of the game as that one just inside. Looked like it was going to catch Jackson White there, but I think actually what happened, it looks like Hundley may have come in for Judah Evans, who was being hit for. And that's the change that we have. That's what we're going to go with for right now, is that's a breaking ball that doesn't get the zone, and it's a 3-1 count to White.
Connor just doesn't know where to throw that breaking ball, because he did throw that one low. But he can't get it called, and it is a strike, so he's purposely trying to throw it low to see, well, maybe that's where the strike zone's at, and still can't get it called for a strike.
Ball swung on and hit to the right side, and it's going to be called fair as it skips right over the bag. Board over to field it, and a 2-out single as it rolled right over the first base bag. And with 1 on and 2 out, Brady Atwill will step to the plate.
This is a scary time for Breckinridge County right here. I'd say no fastballs here, John. He has hit 2 balls hard this game already.
And back-to-back hitters that have the power to change the score multiple digits.
Yeah, he's the tying run, and he's aiming for the barn.
He has flown out to left field twice.
Keep this thing down, down, down.
First pitch to Atwell, skips past the catcher Coombs, and it's going to allow White to move up to second base. Spiked it just a little bit, and it rolled up the arm of Caden Coombs.
Well, that runner still, I'm not sure you don't just put him on, to be honest with you. I mean, I understand why Jeremy doesn't, because then you're bringing the go-ahead run to the plate who can also hit a home run. But you're also got one of the biggest home run hitters in the region standing at the plate with a chance to tie it.
1-0 pitch.
Oh, he got
Cued off.
He got a little bit impatient.
Second base. Lucas with it. The throw is in time as the out is called, and Breckinridge County gets out of the inning without allowing a run. We're going to head to the 6th inning. Breckinridge County 4, Owensboro Catholic 2. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. Going back to the bullpen as they will bring on number 3, Luke Quinn, a right-handed pitcher coming in with a 1.45 ERA, 48 1/3 innings pitched.
On the mound for the Aces.
By Luke Quinn, 32 hits allowed, 14 runs, only 10 of which were earned, 27 strikeouts to 8 walks. And just judging by the pitch, the way that Catholic uses their rotation, he has eaten up the bulk of the innings, and they cannot allow another run to score as the 8, 9, and 1 hitters come to the plate here for Breckinridge County. And we had ourselves a heck of a ball game between Muhlenberg County and Apollo earlier. It was a pitcher's duel that went real quick. We've got ourselves a whale of a ball game right now. So if Meemaw's falling asleep, push her out of bed, turn the radio on, and brew a pot of coffee, because we are 2 innings away. 2 more innings scheduled at least, as that ball is fouled off and evens the count at 1-1. Harper Lucas, 1 for 2 on the game. Struck out looking his last time up, singled into right field the first time and ended up coming around to score. Lays down a bunt to the left side, but it's going to be well foul. 1-2 count to the second baseman for Breckinridge County. The catcher Atwell, and they have a little chat before they get back to their positions. And now Lucas back into the batter's box. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball that is fouled off again. Quinn again with a 1.45 ERA coming into this one.
Going to be watching his pitch count because they didn't plan on him pitching tonight.
I believe that is true. They would, first off, they've got to score some runs, but second off, they would like to keep that out of eliminating him from the next game. That ball grounded over to third base, high stand to Burns on the 5-3 put out, and Lucas is retired for the first out of the inning. And Chase Hardesty now comes to the plate. 0 for 2, flew out to center field the last time, struck out in his first at bat. Quinn, a junior, on the mound right now. As that pitch is swung through and missed for strike 1. White started. He was an 8th grader. He went 3 innings.
Oh, that ball's way outside swinging a miss.
Yeah. They then went to Lane Hundley, who threw 2 innings, a freshman, and now turned the ball over to the junior Quinn, as that ball is lifted into right field. Right fielder running in quickly, and he's going to have a play for the second out of the inning.
If he keeps on like this, he's going to be able to pitch 2 innings and keep under 25.
So that's still Jude Evans out there in right field. I don't know where the changes are happening. We're not the official book, so that's okay. Back to the top of the order, Adam Howell, swing and a miss, off speed, came in at 68 miles an hour. Takes that one low for ball 1-1. Adam Howell 3 for 3 on the day, and he hits a sharp one over to high stand over at third. The throw across is in time, and the Tigers are retired in order once again. A 4-2 game in favor of Breckinridge County. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th after these messages. You're listening to Fighting Tiger Baseball on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. We approach 9:30 here at Fighting Tiger Field on the campus of Breckinridge County High School and enter the bottom of the 6th inning as Owensboro Catholic comes to hit, sending the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to face Connor Willis as they trail by a score of 4-2. Now that you all have got Meemaw up, make sure to get the kids out of bed, throw a couple of Mountain Dews down their throat. This is a good game, a good one to listen to. If you haven't called the neighbors, text them. Tell them to turn the radio on as that first one is low for ball 1. Willis back with the ball as Mitchell 1 for 2 on the game. And a breaking ball comes in, and
you're not going to get that one.
Not going to get the high in the zone breaking ball, as it's called ball 2. Single back in the second, ended up coming around to score, and that's a breaking ball that doesn't hit the outside corner. It was a little bit lower, so I thought it had a chance of being called, but nonetheless, Sims now sitting with a 3-0 count, and this is one of the 2 hitters I would assume has the green light in the Catholic order in a 3-0 count.
Probably going to get another curveball whether he likes it or not.
That would probably be the right call here as Willis 3-0 pitch, breaking ball in the zone this time. Throw the breaking ball until they can consistently hit it, and that'll probably be the end of the day, as that's a fastball that's hit down the first base line. Sims is going to round first and head into second base with a leadoff double. A good throw there by Board, but nonetheless, Sims finds his way into scoring position. He went to the fastball, and Sims jumped all over that one.
Well, kind of gave in there a little bit. I wish we'd have continued to just throw curveballs. If we walk him, he just is on first. But you could throw that fastball, and we're probably lucky that it stayed in the park. But
a diving attempt over there by Brett Hinton to try to knock it down at the least, but there was no chance. The only way he was going to catch it is if he was standing right where the first base umpire is, right on the line. So now Catholic with a runner in scoring position. Burns showing bunt right now. He sacrificed earlier in the game. And Willis, much like he has in the last couple of times that a Catholic runner has gotten on base, has slowed the pace down.
I'd say that as well as Connor has pitched, he's probably one base runner away from getting the hook.
Bunt shown by Burns, and he pulls it back, and it's going to be a ball. Officially 1 for 1 as he singled in the 4th inning, laid down a sacrifice in the 2nd.
I'd go ahead and let him bunt here as long as we play it. We need outs. We're 6 outs away, and we've got a 2-run lead. I mean, a bunt advances that runner to third base, but we need the out. Just let him bunt it.
1-0 pitch, no show of a bunt on that one, and it's ball 2. And Jeremy Bennett is going to go ahead and make the change. Yep.
Mid-batter.
Yeah, he not liking what he's seeing out of Willis, and we talked about last night when they pulled out Tristan. Expected a round of applause. I expect just as big of one as Willis is going to exit the ball game, and Noah Spence will come in his place.
I'm not sure he's going to exit the ball game, is he? He's too valuable a player to be taken out of the game.
We'll get those. The change of alignment here in just a moment. We're going to step aside as Spence gets his warm-up tosses in. You're listening to Fighting Tiger Baseball on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. As Noah Spence will enter the ball game. He is actually going to enter into Hayden Henry's spot, so Hayden Henry goes to the bench. Connor Willis, the pitcher, will move over to third base, and Noah Spence now on the bump for Breckinridge County. Spence came into the game last night and closed the door on Ohio County. Spence comes in with a 3.45 ERA, 21 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 21 hits, 18 runs, 12 earned, 31 strikeouts to 12 walks. And when you see Noah Spence on the hill for Breckinridge County, it's a lot of movement out of those pitches. The fastball is not a straight pitch. Everything is moving when he's pitching. And he'll inherit a 2-0 count to Christopher Burns.
And a runner on second.
Spence comes set, the bunt back on, and it's taken off, and it's a ball outside. Oh, my, oh, my. They're going to send Lance Poole down to the bullpen right now to get loose as well, as it's all hands on deck. at this point. 3-0 pitch is going to be ball 4, and a double and a walk have Owensboro Catholic in business here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And Barrett Evans, who hit one high and deep into right field his first at bat, will come to the plate. Officially 1 for 2 on the game. Spence looks in for his sign. He gets it. Evans shows bunt, bunts it up, and it's going to land. And an alert play there by Caden Coombs to let the ball roll foul, and it'll be strike 1. The home plate umpire right on top of that one. It looked like a ball that might be caught off the bunt, and if it was caught, it may have been a double play.
Yep.
Because the runners were all the way to second and third base. May have been a triple play, which is better than a double play, as I've been told. But Caden wasn't able to catch it. He allowed it to roll just enough into foul territory, and what could have been disaster for Owensboro Catholic could have been disaster for Breckinridge County. Turns out to just be a strike.
Squaring early.
Evans shows bunt, pulls back, shows it again, pulls back, and that is ball 1 out of the zone. This is a type of pitcher that is difficult to bunt off of, since the pitch he throws is not a straight pitch. It's got movement to it. It's difficult to lay a bunt down against somebody like him. So we'll see if Evans keeps it on. He doesn't, and that's a breaking ball. That's called a strike.
Delayed call or something.
Don't know what's going to be called sometimes, but that one's called strike. And a 1-2 count now to the designated hitter, Barrett Evans. A long look in.
I think the bunt's off now.
Pitch swung on, a breaking ball that's fouled into the netting.
Man, he's looked comfortable at the plate tonight, man.
Absolutely.
He's locked in. I'm sure Catholic hated to see him come up in that situation where it was a bunt situation, because he's one that they're wanting. He's very capable of tattooing that wall in the gap.
1-2 pitch. That fastball misses a little bit high, and now a 2-2 count.
A little bit more pepper on the fastball from Spence than what they've seen up to this point. Throws a little harder than Connor does.
2-2 count. Spence with it. The throw, a breaking ball, gets the swing and a miss. And a big first strike out of the inning. Still runners at first and second, but now one away in the inning as Parker Heasted will step to the plate. Parker's 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs.
Burke County still got a lot of work to do here.
Heasted came in as a .380 hitter, so another dangerous bat.
Well, they hit it well up and down the lineup.
That one way and away for ball 1. Another big situation. Again, keep referring back to Caden Coombs just now taking over the catching duties. A pass ball puts 2 into scoring position, so a good job to move his feet over there and keep it in front of him.
Yeah, you got to watch for
that breaking ball breaks out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes to the third baseman from Owensboro Catholic. And they're going to have a little bit of a conference here, as with the runner at second base, you have a little bit different signs that you run through, and Coombs is wanting to make sure he's on the same page here with Noah Spence.
Now some coaches will go here. Of course, if it doesn't work, you're in trouble. But some coaches will square around here, fake bunt, try to get the third baseman to come crashing, and then you got an open base there for the runner from second to steal third.
Owensboro Catholic has sent another arm down to the bullpen, it looks like. So
they're just making sure they keep their pitcher under 25.
Looks like, actually, it looks like the designated hitter Barrett Evans, who started last night's game. 2-0 pitch. Oh my, oh my. That's, it's not out. He motioned to the catcher that it was outside. Bennett took a step out over there, but it's not going to get an answer that he likes. It's a zone that's been called all night, but it's a tough one. 3-0 count, and they're going to call. And the second base umpire calls a balk as Noah did not clear the rubber and then faked over to first base.
Noah told on himself. They didn't call it until he showed the reaction.
So a runner now at second and third as they're both in scoring position. A 3-0 count to High Stand. And I got to believe that this is a take. And it's ball four. It kicks back Coombs, and it's going to allow Owensboro Catholic to score a run. Heastan moves on to first base on the walk. Burns moves up to third base on the wild pitch. And runners on the corner, 1 out. Double play still in order, but I got to think that they may be putting the runner at first base in motion here. Moser, the batter now, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. And you have the advantages of having stuff that moves, but it also gives your catcher a little bit of issue having to catch it as well. So double-edged sword there. Cuts Breckinridge County. That's a fastball that's called for a strike.
I know what University of Kentucky would bunt here every time.
High Stand with a pretty good lead over there at first base. 0-1 pitch swung on and hit into right field, and that'll tie the ball game up.
Yep.
Lord up with it, gets it back in, and High Stand moves up to second base. And an RBI single off the bat of Mason Moser, his second of the game, has knotted this game up at 4. A fastball that Moser was able to jump all over, hit into right field on a line, and a 4-4 game is where we're sitting now in the bottom of the 6th, and Catholic still threatening with the 9-hitter Elijah Blair, 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. And he swings and is out in front of that breaking ball for strike 1. Spence has to maintain his composure here. He's still in here to try to get the Tigers back even, as that's swung on and missed as well. Took a little bit more off of that one, and it's sneaks in on the inside corner for a swing and a miss, strike 2. Spence looks in for his sign. 0-2 pitch.
Way outside here. Coombs is set up way outside.
That ball floated over the inside corner. Coombs goes to try to catch it, and it drops. Oh, that is the second time that has happened to the Tigers, as it looked like he had just gotten into position to squeeze it, but it falls for a foul ball, and the count remains 0-2. And once again, just like Willis in the last inning, Spence has got to erase that from his mind and come back.
Work around it.
Looking in.
Coombs setting up way outside.
0-2 pitch. Outside corner call, strike 3. And Blair is retired for the second out of the inning. You called it. Coombs set up way outside, and that ball actually broke towards the plate. It was framed really well there on that outside corner.
Lead off.
And we're back to the top of the order as Houston Flynn 0 for 3, but has a chance to put Catholic ahead if he can put one into the outfield here. Has flown out to center field twice and grounded out to third. First pitch taken right down the middle, a breaking ball. I'm not sure if he was looking for a fastball there, but he held up the swing, and it's taken for strike one. Spence, 0-1. The old step off towards second base. That one's legal. You can step towards second base on a pickoff move without having to throw. 0-1 pitch hit to second base. It's bobbled by Harper Lucas. He picks it up.
Get back in here. Get back in here.
And that ball handcuffs him at second base, and all hands will be safe. And runners at every base, we're going to wait on the official score. They're going to call that one an error on the second baseman. Again, it was a ball that was hit at second base. It was a sinking line drive, and instead of attacking it, Lucas kind of played back on it, and we have runners on all bases for Owensboro Catholic. And Jackson White was in this particular spot, and we're looking for see what's happening here. They're going to pull. That was actually Luke Quinn in that spot. They're going to pull Quinn down. Quinn was a .500 batter, but I think it's mostly because of volume. I think he was a 1-for-2 hitter. And they're going to pull Quinn down, and the hitter is going to be Ben Highland. So Ben Highland in to hit in this situation.
Pinch hitting number 24, Ben Highland.
And so Ben Highland has a chance for Owensboro Catholic here. Bases are loaded, 2 out. And Noah Spence trying to work his way out of the jam and get Breckinridge County back to the bats in a tie ball game. Highland looking to give the Aces the lead. First pitch is a breaking ball that is out of the zone for ball 1.
You're going to have to come at him. No place to put him. Go ahead, run at third base.
Spence now, instead of from the stretch, he goes from the windup, and that's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 count. Highland comes in as a .235 hitter, but in that left-handed batter's box, takes that one high and in for ball 2.
Gotta go at him here. Cannot put it in the hands of the umpire. You gotta go at him here.
2-1 pitch.
Entice the swing. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Goes to swing, and they're gonna say it's a swing as they appeal down to third base. The home plate umpire, I feel like, had enough information to make that call, but he allows them to appeal down to third base with that 4-man crew. And now a 2-2 count as Spence gets his sign and delivers. And it's swung on and fouled off to the left side. And we'll try it again.
He reared back and threw that one. He hit 80 on the radar gun, which is probably top end for him.
See, after throwing the fastball, let's see if he goes back to the breaking ball here. 2-2 count. The pitch taken high in the zone, and it's ball 3. And we will see all the runners off with this pitch. Highland looked like that looked like a pitch that you'd want to swing at, and tremendous job holding back on that swing. And we'll try it again with the full count. Everybody will be off with the motion here. The pitch, breaking ball hit into left field, and it's going to drop. 1 run scores, 2 runs are going to score, and that ball hits the runner, and a 3rd run is going to score as it trickles into the third base dugout. And Owensboro Catholic is going to take a 7-4 lead on the pinch hit RBI single by Ben Highland. He did not hit it hard, but he hit it right where they weren't.
It's unfortunate that the pitch before that was a strike that wasn't called a strike.
Highland ends up at second base after the throw that came in from DeWitt actually struck the runner there, Houston Flynn. Flynn ends up going around to score. The ball did not actually make it into the dugout. We kind of lost track of it there. But that breaking ball misses to Brady Atwell. And a 5-run inning here for the Aces have put them ahead by a score of 7-4. 1-0 count is a breaking ball that misses outside. And Atwell, the 9th hitter here in the inning. And Spence just looking for an out, looking for a strike here, but don't want to give him too good of a one, as that's a big boy cut that comes up empty. Kind of shrugs his shoulders like, yeah, he got me on that one. Spence back with the ball, a 2-1 pitch. Outside misses, and now 3-1. Spence looks back in. 3-1 pitch. Swing and tipped into the glove, and we'll go full here. Inning started with the man on deck, Mitchell Sims, doubling down the right field line, a walk to Christopher Burns. As the 3-2 pitch misses well out of the zone, and Atwell now at first base. Highland standing at second base, and Sims will come to the plate. Sims with 2 hits on the game, a single and a double, scored 2 runs. And they will bring in number 19, Drew Miles, to run for Atwell. That pitch gets past Coombs, and it's going to allow both the runners to move up 90 feet. Now 2 runners in scoring position on the pass ball.
Put him on. That's what I do. First base is open.
Coach Bennett taking a couple of steps out, and I think we're going to see a change here as Lance Poole is a couple of steps out of the dugout. Lance was replaced earlier defensively by Leland Board, so they'll have to bring Board out. But we will have a pitching change as Lance Poole is making his way to the mound. We will step aside for a few messages. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. Right-hander number 23 re-enters the ball game as he was pulled for a defensive replacement earlier. Lance only with 2 2/3 innings pitched this season. I think coming at the end of the season for Breckinridge County. So a 2.62 ERA in that short span, and a breaking ball that spins out of his hand and stays high for ball 1. And actually not ball 1, it's ball 2, as he inherited a 1-0 count. 2-0 pitch, a breaking ball into the zone for a call strike. Sims led this inning off with a double, and Catholic has taken advantage of every opportunity they could in this inning, scoring 5 runs as that curveball is hit high and deep into left center field. It's going to get over Adam Howe's head. 2 runs will score, and a 7-run inning now for the Aces as they take a 9-4 lead. His second double of the inning, and just a breaking ball that hangs in the zone too long, and Mitchell Sims did not miss that one.
That's the argument for putting him on there. When you got a base open hitter of his caliber, you got to find an out without giving up any more runs, and he's so capable of doing what he just now did. I would have rather had bases loaded and have this batter up, but
Christopher Burns officially 1 for 1 as that one skips up there and allows Sims to move on to third base. Burns with a single in the 4th. He walked earlier in this inning, ended up coming around to score, and laid down a sacrifice in the 2nd inning. One ball, no strikes. As that one's right down the middle for strike 1. Lance Poole back with the ball. And the 1-1 pitch. That one skips up there. Coombs able to keep it close, keeping Sims from being able to move up. And a 2-1 count now. Barrett Evans stands on deck. He was warming up earlier, so I'm assuming we will probably see him in the top of the 7th, as that's a call strike. They've pulled out Luke Quinn. He is out of the game now, so they do have to make a pitching change. And Evans appears to be the man for that job in the top half of the inning, but pulled with a 2-2 count, a breaking ball that is fouled off to the right. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Poole trying to get out of this inning, a fastball right down the middle, and it's a call, strike 3. And the Tigers finally get out of the inning, but not before Owensboro Catholic puts a 7 spot on the board, and they have a commanding 9-4 lead as we head to the top of the 7th. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and live on Breck Live. Barrett Evans is the fourth pitcher that Owensboro Catholic will use here this evening, and he'll try to get the last 3 outs as the right-hander throws a high curveball that's called a strike now to Camden DeWitt. Working quickly, a fastball that's hit right back up the middle, and a leadoff hit off the bat of Camden DeWitt.
Catholic has done what Catholic does as far as their pitching. Is they brought Hunley in as their first relief pitcher. They pulled him at 24 pitches. Quinn comes in and throws an inning at only 11 pitches, and then they'll keep Evans at 24 or below.
Brett Hinton now up with 1 out, or excuse me, 1 on, and he swings at the first pitch. Fly ball is going to make its way into the Brett County seating area over here, and 1 strike.
Is everybody all right?
I believe so. I think it was more embarrassment than any actual harm done on that fly ball. 0-1 count now as the senior Hinton waits on the offering from Evans, and it's going to hit him. So not exactly the start that you would want if you're Owensboro Catholic, bringing in Evans to pitch. Gives up a hit and now hits a batter. It's still a 5-run comfortable lead, but you'd rather not give them any hope, as they'll bring Tristan Wicker in to run for Brett Hinton. This will be a pinch runner this time.
Pinch running number 15, Tristan Wicker.
And now Connor Willis, who is 1 for 3, comes to the plate. And a breaking ball. Again, I'm sure Connor would have enjoyed seeing that called earlier.
Yeah,
but
Connor looked back at the umpire and thought, where was that 2 innings ago?
No balls, 1 strike. Willis swings and lifts that one to the right side. It's going to be trouble, and it's going to fall in fair territory. The runners did not move on the play, and they will only move up 1 base as a result. But now the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Lance Poole will have a chance with the bases loaded.
Now batting the pitcher number 23, Lance Poole.
Usually on one of those high fly balls into the outfield, you might see him go halfway, but didn't take a chance there. And Guy Dawson will take Connor Willis's spot over there, pinch running. So Guy Dawson at first now, and a first pitch kind of excuse me swing. It was a breaking ball that Lance thought was going to hit him, and then it broke. Might have been into the zone, I don't know, but
he took that out of the way.
He swings and fouls it off for a first strike. No balls, 1 strike, and Lance lays off of that one. They won an appeal, but that one wasn't close to being a swing. Evans started the game for Catholic yesterday against Evanston County, came out after 2 innings. Now trying to close up shop for the Aces as that ball hit off the fist. It's going to be caught.
What
Dawson is going to be picked off at first base. Can't explain that one. That was just I can't think of a nice word to say that. That was just a mistake that Dawson made over there at first base as he took off on the hit. It was caught by Evans. He flips over to Burns, and a double play has now runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Caden Coombs up. And first pitch swinging, hits that one to short. It's fielded, thrown across, and Owensboro Catholic will move on to the championship game as a 7-run 6th inning will propel them to a 9-4 victory over Breckinridge County. And folks, with us on Breck Live. We'd like to thank you for being with us. This is where our coverage of Breck Live will end. Everybody on the radio side, we will be back to wrap things up. You're listening to the Fighting Tigers on 104.3 The River and the 3rd Region Tournament on Breck Live.